Hi guys, welcome back to Sim UK and fishing the Barents Sea. We are just coming up on our... we're coming up to our first marker, and just beyond that is our first line that we laid, and it's been down for 9 hours and 11 minutes. So I got myself a cup of tea, and I'm just going to sit here and wait until it's ready to pull in. So I can see our line just there, and then we need to bring this along the starboard side. So I'm going to try and get into position now, and then we're just going to sit and wait basically. So I don't think there's any facility right now to weigh anchor, and I think there should be, because there are going to be periods of time when you are just sat waiting. So I think I've made a few suggestions to the developers about things I'd like to see. I'm sure other people have ideas too. Just to give them some feedback on my experience of it and what I think possibly would make some certain things better. So I'm gonna add that. I'm gonna add the suggestion that if you go over the middle of your line, you can cut your line, and also I'm going to suggest that being able to weigh anchor is an option, because I don't see any option for that. There's certainly nothing in the tutorial that suggests that that is a possibility. But we're just going to sit here with a cup of tea and wait until it's time to pull her in. So guys, a new update has just been released. I now have access to the change logs that I didn't before. So this update that I was expecting to be quite big is actually quite a small one. So I've just exited the game and applied that update to the game, and basically there's nothing really to talk about. There's nothing you're going to see. There's certainly nothing tangible that's going to make much difference to anything that you've seen prior to this point. But what has happened is I didn't save my game properly just now, so I've gone back quite a few hours. So I just need to sit over here by our line until about 10 AM, at which point I can pull it in and we'll have a decent amount of stuff. So I've made the suggestion about cutting the line if you go over the top of it, and also dropping anchor, or weighing anchor as it's known. So yeah, we'll see what happens there. So basically I'm just going to sit here and wait until 10 o'clock in the morning, and then we can pull the line in and head over, and things will get more interesting. Let's get comfy, I guess. Oh, look at that, we've got a clock. That's cool. Especially if the clock actually works, which it looks like it does. 9 hours to go. Incidentally, whilst we're on the subject of good ideas, which I think that is a good idea, let me know in the comment section if you have any suggestions or recommendations that I can pass on to the developers. They're very open. They've set up a Discord server, so we're able to make suggestions, report bugs, just general chit chat about the game, etc. Ask them any direct questions. So if you have any good ideas, please let me know, and I'll definitely pass them on to the developers. You've got about 2 weeks from today's date to from the date which this video goes up. So release date is 7th of February. You need to get your suggestions in before then, if there's any chance at all of it appearing in game. If it's a big suggestion, it's not going to be there on the 7th of February, but just small little things. I've made a few suggestions that are quite small but could have a huge impact on the gameplay. So anything like that, anything at all really, just let me know in the comment section and I'll be happy to pass it on to the devs. 9 hours. 9 hours to go. So guys, what's pretty cool is that I am in direct communication with the developers, and I made the suggestion just now about being able to turn the engine off so that you can conserve fuel. And you can, although I'm pretty sure I didn't see anything that explained how to do this in the tutorial. I've no doubt that this option is in the buttons configuration somewhere. But anyway, I missed it. If you double tap X, turns the engine off. Easy peasy. And apparently, so it's nice and quiet now. If you listen, I can hear the crackle of the fire really nicely. What I can't hear is the ocean, or the rocking and squeaking and groaning of the boat. So I'm probably going to go and make that suggestion in a minute as well now. But yeah, it's good that you can turn the engine off. So ting tick, that one is actually already there. That's perfect. Really happy about that. I'm really enjoying this game, really thoroughly getting into this game, and being able to provide, hopefully, useful feedback for the developers. Hopefully they don't think I'm harassing them. Then that's great. That they take it on board. Maybe they'll do something with it, maybe they won't. Obviously, you know, this game isn't built just for me. It's for everybody. So it's whatever they think is the right approach. But these are just ideas, suggestions. Some of them they'll like, some of them they won't. But I try and be helpful with all of my suggestions. I'd like to get rid of this semicircle thing that's blocking my view of our line. But it is so cool just being able to... I mean, I haven't really weighed anchor, but I am technically stationary. I don't appear to be floating off down the channel or anything like that. So it's just kind of cool sitting here, being able to listen to the ocean, waiting for your line to be ready to be pulled in. I'd like to get rid of this red thing. I'd like to have a bit more ocean sounds and a bit more creaky boat sounds. But overall, brilliant. Really liking it. Really liking it. And that was, yeah, I'm in direct communication with the devs. I put it up as a suggestion and he came back to me almost straight away and said, oh, this is how you do that. Perfect. This is the way games should be released. Set up a Discord server, send it out to a few YouTubers so they can get their hands on it, get some videos made, let you guys know how cool the game is, find some bugs, make some suggestions about how to improve the gameplay and so on and so forth. And then on the 7th of February when the game comes out, hopefully a lot of these things will be fixed and a lot of the suggestions will be implemented, and away you go. You get a brilliant game at the right price on the day of release. That's how things should be done. Brilliant. Really liking it. I like everything about it. The approach to development, the approach to the release, everything has just been really spot on. So round of applause to the developers and for Astragon, who obviously are promoting it and so on and so forth. Really impressed. Really, really genuinely impressed, in case you can't tell from my exuberant happiness. Okay, so yes, I'm going to go make a few more suggestions, and how many hours? 7 hours to go. Nearly there. So just a small bug. I am finding a few bugs, which is good. That's what I'm here for. That's my role at present. So if you press double X, why are we moving on? Right, so anyway, if you press double X and then walk forward, double X turns the engine off, and if you walk forward, it starts the engine. So seems only a small amount. Oh gosh, come on, get me back in the seat. Right. I now need to reverse back to where we want to be. Let's just do this experiment again so that we can correctly identify this bug to the dev team. Right, so I'm not in the wheelhouse, I'm not connected to anything at all. I'm going to turn the engine off and then I'm going to just walk forwards. Well, weirdly, it hasn't done it this time. That's interesting. It was doing it, as you saw at the beginning of this clip, but now it doesn't seem to be doing it, which is... It might just be... I don't know how I can recreate that. It did happen, but only once. So, yeah, okay. A tiny little bug. A tiny little bug. Nothing serious. But a mini bug, as it were. Alright, well, I'm just sharing what I'm finding. So, whilst we're in the state of waiting, it's just rolling up to 6 AM now. So it is morning again. I think nighttime could do with being a lot darker. If you're out in the middle of the ocean, it gets pretty dark, I imagine. So I'm tempted to actually pull this in early, because if we pull it in early now, we should be about on time. I mean, we're nearly 20 hours. 20 hours is optimal, but obviously it's going to take us a little while to haul that in, and then we've got to get over to this one, which is already at 15 hours. So I'm thinking we'll pull this one in early, go do the next one, for no other reason than the fact that I've been for flipping ages and I'm just bored of waiting. So let's get alongside correctly, get a third person view. Right, yes, we would like to pull the whole line in. Now, I haven't had to do this for a bit, so I'm a bit sort of, whoa, out of practice. Now, I've seen some people hit like 50s and 60 perfects on this. I think the best I've done is like 35 or 45 or something. See, 18, I thought that was going to be better. But we are pulling in fish. Ah, crikey. 23%. That makes up for the last one, just about. So this is it. This is our first official proper haul on our own line, on our own setting, under our own volition. 34% perfect. That wasn't very good at all. 42% perfect. That was good. 47? I've got to get excited about these good numbers. Good numbers means there's a redfish there, right there. 55% perfect. This is going to be a decent haul, this one. 60? Rolls in with a 60 at the end there. Very nice. Would you like to gut the fish? Not really. If I'm being honest, the answer is no. But I do know it needs to be done. That wasn't that good. I'm discovering, I think... Oh, God, that was terrible. That the big dots are the... The bigger the dot that's outside of the fish, the more the knife will be pulled in that direction. That seems to be what it is. And I'm not sure what it's trying to represent or recreate by doing that. Maybe the roll of the ocean. Maybe it's just really difficult to gut a fish in a straight line. I honestly don't know. But, oh, God. Yeah, it's not easy. It really isn't easy. Wait until you try it yourself. And you'll know exactly what I mean. It's very, very tricky indeed. Oh, God, that was bad. That was 2 and a smidge stars. Right, okay, let's go to map. Go to the full screen map thing, and we'll set a waypoint. In fact, we'll do little waypoints like this, so that I can do it all in first person and not have to keep going to the map. Full power. Let's just go third person again. Oh, look at this. Oh no! We've filled up the boat. We couldn't get any more fish on here if we tried. So I'm going to have to go back to port and sell these fish, and then try and hot foot it over to our next one. Oh dear me. Well, it's a good job I checked that, isn't it? I thought we were going to get 2 hauls or 2 lines in. Oh gosh, I've just realised the situation here. I thought we were going to get 2 lines in for each to fill up the hull, whatever it's called. But it turns out that 1 250 line is going to fill it up completely. So the big problem we now have is I've got a 500 line over there. There's no way we're going to get that on the boat. So we're going to have to upgrade. We're going to have to upgrade our hull immediately. So we're going to take this in. We're going to sell it. We're going to see if we can upgrade immediately. Hopefully, this is like a double-edged sword, this one. Hopefully, upgrading the hull won't take time, because we haven't got any time. Not a lot of it, anyway. In terms of simulated realism, I hope it does take time. But in the situation we're in right now, to avoid losses, I hope it doesn't. If that makes sense. I'm sure it does. Right, let's get into port and let's get this stuff sold. Wow, suddenly became clear. We just burst through the fog, I guess. Nice and calm today. See me turning my head. Oh, head tracking might be cool on this. Yeah. That's a lot of extra development. Oh. Yeah, the fog kind of pings in and out a bit there, doesn't it? See that in a lot of games, actually. Wow, I tell you what, under heavy load, we're a lot slower. We're doing 4 knots now. We were doing 9 when we had nothing on board, so that's another important factor. When we go, I mean, it takes us 4 hours to get to our next line, and from the port, it's probably going to take us 6 hours to get to the next line. So we're going to be a little bit over 20 hours on that one. Then we've got to get all the way back. So if it takes us 4 hours to get there with no fish on board, when we're fully laden, it's going to take us 9 hours, which means possibly longer than 9 hours, because it's going to be, yeah, we've got to go from there to the port. So 12 hours, which means that our 500 line over here is going to be well over 20 hours. Oh my word. Well, we're learning as we're playing. Yeah. There's a lot to keep thinking about. It's good. I love this. This is what simulation is all about, is, you know, taking into account the effects of your decisions. Pretty awesome. I'm excited to get this first catch in. I really am. Go. Coming into port for our first ever shipment of fish. I was thinking about flipping the boat round so it's facing the other way, but maybe I'll do that next time. But it could be me, but I do feel like we're sitting lower in the water. I don't know if that's actually part of the game or not, but it does feel that way. Yes, please pull us into the dock. So we've got nearly 2 tons of pollock. We weren't fishing for pollock. Why didn't we get more haddock? Anyway, we got lots of pollock, a few haddock, and some redfish. So that's okay. Although my flipping mouse pointer has disappeared again. Just opening the menu seems to fix that. So we're going to sell those fish. 26,000 kroner. Look at that. That is cool. And my mouse has disappeared again. Right. This is actually a big problem. Because... okay. Pressing escape helps as well. Right, okay, good. The mouse disappearing is causing me a few issues here. But we need gear. Okay, so this is just a history of the gear that we've done. Events, season. Nope, we're in the wrong place. We need to get rid of that. I think what we'll do is we'll save. No, I don't want to do that. Let's bring up the main menu. I want to save. I'm going to say Sim UK 4. We'll save that. We'll click done. Okay, good. So now I'm a bit more confident. No, I don't need the fish market. Sorry, I'm wasting time here. Town, that's what we need. Boat services, no. Bank, no. Oh, crikey, where was it? Dock. There we go. Repair hull. We've actually taken some damage on the hull, which is a bit weird. Upgrades. Change the name. Upgrade the storage. 42,000 kroner. How much we got? 32. So all we can do is that one. So presumably that's done and it's instant. Okay, good. So we've boosted our storage up to 1,000 kilograms or 1 ton. I can't remember what it was before, but I mean that's got to help us. That has got to help us. Oh, you can skip time here at port. I didn't realise that. I'm learning lots of things as I'm playing here. So I don't think I'm going to put it there anyway. So it's been in the water for 12 hours already. And that's been in the water for 18 hours. We've got to get there now. Alright, time to set sail. Yes, I do. Now I'm going to try and just pull away without damaging the boat. Okay, so it is possible. First time I did that, I smacked into the port itself and did a lot of damage. But we seem okay this time. Right, let's really get flat out. Go as fast as we can here. There's our first marker. Groovy. Hopefully I've put them sort of half a kilometre apart, and I'm hoping I'll be able to visually see that from within the wheelhouse, so I don't have to keep going to third person view. So let's get moving, let's get rocking and rolling.